training computer use with internet data without paying people to record their screens how they use computer and train LLMs, but instead download recordings from the internet. So it's from University of Hong Kong and Alibaba Quen team. Applied to 39,000 YouTube videos, the pipeline generates 1.5 million interaction steps automatically for training computer use agents. The pipeline goes like this. It would search for Excel tutorials or how to use Ubuntu or these other keywords on YouTube. Then it would not only download those videos, but also go onto the channels and download videos on the channels as well, if the channels have this kind of consistent screen recording tutorials. Then you would process those videos, like remove everything else that's not computer screen and mouse and cursor moving. This way they collected 7,000 hours of pure graphic user interface footage. In this part of the paper, they explain that they built this screen filter model that's a lightweight cursor detection model with made on YOLO, you only look once, this version. So they would go from 10,000 hours of raw video to actually 7,377 hours of cursor video while removing like presentations and cameras showing different things than screen. So they collect 55,000 screen capture videos, which is about 10,000 hours from 50 plus channels, which is surprising, only 50 plus channels. And most of them are 720p or higher, so higher resolution. They explain more how they label videos by using GPT 4.1 to check the title and part of the transcription. In step 2, they have this video to action, which is their innovation. They call it Inverse Dynamics module. Join my school to become AI researcher, link below the video. Hurry up while it's free, get a free lifetime access before I make it paid. So this model is looking at the video and trying to figure out which actions are performed. For example, it can say a click happened between 1.5 seconds and 2 seconds into the video. Or a type action like typing text happened between 3.5 second and 5.5 second of the video. And then for each of those segments, another model will figure out more details. For example, for click, it figures out the exact coordinates on the screen. For typing, it uses OCR to extract the exact text that was typed. And for scrolling, it determines the direction and amount. And then for each of these actions, they use large language model to generate a user's thought process, likely thought process. For example, I need to click File in order to find a button Save. This way they create this screenshot thought action dataset where you can give the computer use agent the screenshot, it will learn to reason I need to do this, and then it will perform the action. So output instructions for the action like click here. So for each step, they store this tuple of parameters. For example, step can be a click. So there is a representative screenshot of the step K, like if it's a step K. Then inner monologue or thought for step K. Action type like click and parameters like coordinates. Screenshot is usually captured just before the action. And when agent is actually performing this task in inference after training, it can use, for example, 5 screenshots and some text and reasoning, because using a full video would be too much computation, but that's not needed. You can just use a few screenshots to get information. So while in the training, there is just one action, one screenshot with some context, in the inference, there are 4 previous screenshots and 1 current screenshot, history of its previous thoughts and actions, and the overall instructions for the task. So this stage 1 training is this 26 billion automatically generated videos from YouTube. And stage 2 training is the 8 billion of the generated content by humans, paid humans who carefully did it. It's better, higher quality, but more expensive and harder to create. So if it's only trained on this human data, it has a good increase in performance, but if it's also trained on the YouTube generated and humans data, then it's even better. Here are the events in the training data. So clicks happen most of the time, 400,000 times in 154 hours of training data. So key presses, right, scroll, move to drag, etc. And this is example of, we have a screenshot. We then have corresponding actions like start time, end time, and action type. And so second and third screenshot and actions. That's it for this video. Join my school to become AI researcher for free before I make it paid. See you in the next video. Link below.